When we got involved in rugby, one of the first things we did was that we came back to you, the stakeholders. We said, look, how do you see rugby? And what would you like to see happening in Ghana, out of Ghana, as far as rugby is concerned? Of course, we had ideas of our own. Of course, we understood what Africa Rugby expected and World Rugby expected. And we had to pull things together. And I think that stakeholder meeting we had all those years ago formed the basis of the document that we put together, which eventually saw the creation of the Ladies' League, saw the development of getting into rugby, saw the proper structure of a proper league, etc., 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 which brought about the issues of success that we've seen on the field. Off the field, we've had massive success. The way in which Rugby Ghana has run its affairs has appealed to Africa Rugby and everybody else. The Scrummit system, the Sage 1 accounting system, the transparency with board meetings and the minutes that are then rendered, our end-of-year accounts, the auditing of accounts, etc., etc., etc. That's all good, and that's fantastic. But the fact of the matter is that since our first stakeholder meeting, a lot has changed. Ghana now no longer plays a 15s-a-side competition once every 2 years against our neighbors. We are now part of the bigger game. We managed to get into the top 16 and qualify for the Africa Trophy Cup. And in beating Botswana, we're now in the last 8. So we're the lowest ranked team, I believe, that is in the last 8 of this competition. This is huge in terms of what we have achieved. So we're playing every year. This year, the men's 15s-a-side will play Zimbabwe on June 20th, Tunisia on the 4th of July, which means we'll be staging a match here again with all the implications that that carries. We'll be playing the Tri-Nations. We're waiting for confirmation from our friends in La Côte d'Ivoire and in Nigeria as to whether they might host it. Otherwise, we will host it since we initiated this program. So that alone is a lot more than has been played in the past. The cost implications for all of it is huge. And you all know we've taken a different approach to how rugby should be run in terms of training, the methodology, skills training, and so on and so forth. Then we have the sevens. The ladies are doing fantastically with sevens. The men are doing a lot better this year. And I think it's going to be a springboard year this year for next year. Next year, I guess it's who wins, and the second, third has a chance to go for the World Cup. So there's a lot of things that have changed. The protocols within rugby have changed, and you'll see from all the different things that we're putting together, it's part of what Africa Rugby and World Rugby expects. And it's very important that we communicate this back to the members. We have changed a lot in terms of discipline from the old days, and we have to show and discuss back with the stakeholders what has happened, what is happening in terms of World Rugby, Africa Rugby, what the expectations are. For example, we were notified by my president, Babu, that clubs were not allowed to play abroad unless they were sanctioned by us. You know, it might seem like common sense, but it was brought about when there was a group trying to get involved with under 16, under 18s competitions, which didn't have my backing, didn't have the backing of President Tano or of Khalid Babu within Africa Rugby. There's a global standard, and we have to follow that global standard. So I proposed to fellow board members, and it was agreed that we should have another stakeholders congress, something that enables us to go back to representatives. And I think we're looking at something where we're not talking about club owners. Yes, club owners, definitely. The most senior people, the vice president and the president of GARA, their representatives, but the club owners as well, to bring select players. And I would really encourage those who don't understand what's going on, those who disagree with what's going on, to attend the meetings. We need to have representatives from the officials, so that Ishmael and his guys need to attend. We'll encourage some members of the media to come. We may stream part of it live if that's possible. And we'll extend also to NSA and to government if they wish to attend. They may not want to. And then break it up into little caucus groups where people can sit down and discuss within that. And I think we need to get a framework where people come and discuss, and I'm still discussing that with James Nunu and with Rhian Milan and with the others, we convey it back to the others how we can make this work. So external auditors come and give people a brief on exactly where we're going to go with where we are with money, what our money spend is likely to be, what the shortfalls are, what we're going to do with the very kind gesture from His Excellency the President, and so on and so forth. And at the end of it, we'll then put together another blueprint which should take us into the future.